Hey guys, my name is Adam, your friendly Sasquatch, and today we're going to be doing a quick review on the Gerber Stake-Out. And this is kind of a lightweight, budget-friendly option from Gerber, and it's meant to kind of do a lot of your camping tasks that you would find around a campsite. You know, putting up a tent, starting a fire, cutting up some small wood. It's meant to be kind of a partner tool for just kind of lightweight camping. So that's what we have today, and I am going to be comparing it to the Leatherman Wave periodically, just because this is a standard that I know a lot of people are familiar with. So, when we compare size and weight and some of the basic functions, the Leatherman Wave will be making an appearance. So that's what this is. Let's go ahead and look at the size and weight. The length is 4.46 inches or 133 millimeters. The width is 1 inch or 25.4 millimeters. And the thickness at the thickest point, which is kind of the peg right here, is 0.4 inches or 21.3 millimeters. The total weight is 4 ounces, which is relatively light. If you compare that to something like the Leatherman Wave, this is going to be coming in at over 8 ounces. So this is half the weight of the Leatherman Wave, just for comparison. So that's kind of the size and weight. Let's just kind of go look at this form factor real quick. On the end here, we do have this carabiner. Unlike some of the carabiners I've seen on other MultTools, this one has a nice stiff spring. It's going to definitely not be letting go while you're hiking through the woods. And then, of course, like a lot of these MultTools, the carabiner, underside here works as a cap lifter, which is great if you have a nice cold beverage around the campfire. This thing's got you covered. All right, so that's kind of the outside features of this MultTool. Let's go ahead and look at the primary tool. And that's going to be this very nice 2.1 inch long knife blade. And I actually really like the shape of this knife blade. It has a nice piercing tip, which is great for outdoor tasks, trying to cut through bark or wood or piercing, leather and hide, whatever you might be working on. This is a great tip. And then the belly on this is nice and flat. So it's kind of like a razor blade would be the best way to describe it. It's got a nice angular tip on it with a nice flat belly. Kind of showing you the other side here. It comes in the box razor sharp. It's actually the blade I'm most impressed with from Gerber to date. They've done a really nice job. There's no rolled edge. There's no burrs. They've really done a nice job putting a good hone on that knife blade edge. The knife blade is a liner lock. You just push the lock in to close it. And then you open it, you hear the click, it locks up. The lock's good. It has very little side-to-side play. There's just a little smidgen, but nothing that's going to be a problem. And as far as up and down play, the blade locks up rock solid. Now let's compare that to the Leatherman Wave blade. So as you can see, the blade shape is very different on the Leatherman Wave. I actually kind of like the Gerber blade shape a little bit better. But the Leatherman Wave blade is probably about an inch longer, maybe even a little bit more. So definitely more blade real estate on the Leatherman Wave. So putting the blade away and flipping the tool over, we have the tent stake puller. And this is kind of a controversial tool of mine because well, let me show you. First of all, it's kind of hard to get out of the tool. I would have really liked the peg here to be pushed, be able to push it in so you can just swing the hook out, but you got to kind of get your nails under there and lift it up and over the peg. And I find it to be kind of cumbersome, especially if you have gloves or something like that on. I think it's going to be a little bit of a nuisance. But, it pulls out. It is a nice, super heavy-duty kind of wire, and it's going to work great for pulling tent stakes. No questions there. But my question is, are you really going to use it? It's kind of difficult to get out. And you have a carabiner hook here. So in my mind, if I were camping, I would just walk around and hook the carabiner underneath the lip of the tent stake, give it a good pull, and it should do the trick. I'm not saying that the tent stake puller isn't a little bit better. I'm just thinking that the carabiner hook might be good enough, especially when it's such a pain to get out. And again, I'm kind of struggling with it. You can call me weak hands, whatever you want, but I think if you had gloves or your fingers were cold, this hook would be kind of tricky to get out. Again, I really think that this peg, you should be able to push it in and this thing would just swing freely out, but that's not the case. So a little bit of a criticism there. It does do what it's advertised to, but again, for as difficult as it is to get out, I feel like the carabiner might be a better way to go. Flipping it over to the back side, we do have a file here. Now it's a relatively narrow file and it doesn't go the whole length of the tool. So I don't know how useful that's going to be. It might work for taking a notch out of an axe blade or something like that in a pinch, or taking the edge off a metal tent stake that you think might put a hole in your tent overnight. But the file isn't super useful in my opinion. Now on the right hand side here, we do have a kind of lip here to pull up the scissors. And now these scissors, you just heard it click, they do kind of lock into place. It's not a liner lock or anything like that, it's just a real stiff slip joint, which is perfectly fine. It's not like when you're using these, it's going to fold on your hand and cut you. It's just you know, a pair of scissors. Now I did have a few criticisms on the scissors. They don't open up super wide, so if you're cutting things like paper or something like that, you're going to have to do lots of real short, small cuts versus something that has a larger pair of scissors and do larger slices. Now I'm going to get my paracord out here because that's my torture test for scissors. And being a camping focused multi-tool, I really think you should be able to cut through paracord because that's something you might use a lot when you're putting tents up and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and see how we do here. Support both sides. And it's can barely cut through. It's kind of struggling. It does cut through pretty cleanly though. It didn't fold the pair of scissors over, so that's good. But you really got to get it in the nook. It doesn't really work if you just do it with the tip of the scissors. Yeah, you really got to get that leverage and get it down there in the nook. But it is cutting pretty cleanly, so that's good right there. So I'd say the scissors work. They're a little small, but again, we have a pretty compact package here, so it's understandable. Putting the scissors away, okay, flipping it over, we have two more tools. First of is the saw. And this is a relatively decent saw. It's a little bit short, but the spine of the saw is nicely tapered. The teeth are definitely wider than the spine of the saw, and it's going to work just fine. Now, my only real criticism is just the shortness of the saw. If we compare it to something like the Leatherman Wave, we can see just how much longer the Leatherman Wave saw is. It's not as dramatic as the knife blades were, but it is definitely a longer saw in the Leatherman Wave. And with each cut stroke, every little bit helps. So again, the Leatherman Wave is a lot more expensive tool, but it's the tool that a lot of people are familiar with, so I'm trying to use it as a reference. Now the other tool on this side is the awl. Now it is a nice long awl. It has a nice sharp point on it. There is no hole for a threading needle, and I do feel that this fingernail niche kind of obstructs the use of the awl. You really want something that's narrow and skinny the whole length so you can pierce through thick materials. But the tip is extremely sharp. The edge of the awl isn't really that sharp. It's got an edge, but I would have liked to see the edge of the saw be a little bit sharper. Now I did notice that Gerber is indicating at the bottom nook here to be your flint striker, and really any piece of metal that has an edge on it can be a flint striker. So I don't know if I'd use the awl for that, but I'd probably personally use the back of the knife. That's what I kind of find myself doing on my other multi-tools. Just on the back of the knife, you got a nice edge, just kind of go like that. Some people might be concerned about the knife closing on them. In that case, you could just use the awl. So there you have it. Those are the major tools for the Gerber Stake-Out. Two other minor tools we have is on the back ridge here. We do have a 3-inch long ruler, and we do have a pair of tweezers tucked into the handle. They're not a very big pair of tweezers, but they do have a nice wide flat head. So if you had a large splinter or just need to get into a tight place and pull a thread through or something like that, the tweezers are there. Not a lot of multi-tools have tweezers. I kind of wish more did. I do know that they're going to be one of the first things you lose, but it is kind of nice to have a pair of tweezers sometimes. Okay guys, so what are the pros and cons of this particular multi-tool, and why would you pick one up? Well, first is I do really like the knife blade. It's nice and sharp. It has a really nice piercing tip on it, and overall for the size, I think this is a good quality knife blade. So I'm pretty happy with the knife blade on this, and I especially like how it has a liner lock. A lot of tools of this size do not have a locking knife blade. The other feature I really like is the carabiner. It seems like it's got a nice strong spring. Sometimes companies put kind of sissy springs in there, and a cap lifter or bottle lifter is always nice. Now, no review is complete without the cons, and unfortunately I do have a fair amount of criticism on this tool. Now again, for the price point, it does a reasonable job, but I just want to point a few things out before you purchase this tool. First is there's no pocket clip. I really think an outdoors tool should have a pocket clip. Like the Leatherman Signal or something like that, they all have pocket clips. Even just something real simple that you could take on and off, because not everyone wants one. A pocket clip comes in really handy for putting on the outside of your pack, into your pocket. It just gives you more options. The tent stake puller kind of left me overwhelmed. It's hard to get out. You gotta lift it up and over this peg versus just having a simple push button system or something. And again, with the carabiner on the end here, I don't necessarily know that you need a tent stake puller built right in. You hardcore campers out there, let me know in the comments what you think, but I think it might be a little bit redundant. Another criticism I have is the saw just really isn't that big. It's very sharp, and I have full confidence that it's going to work well. It's just, I feel for an outdoor camping focused tool, the saw really should have been about a ½ inch longer or maybe even a little bit more. This really could have been one of the biggest strengths of this particular tool, but it kind of leaves me underwhelmed. Okay, so there you have it. That's kind of my pros and cons of this particular multi-tool. Who do I think this tool is for? You know, I think this would be a great backup tool. If it was something you just left in your camping pack, so it's ready to go whenever you want to hit the road, or you know, it's something you give to another campmate while you walk around with your primary multi-tool, such as the Leatherman Wave here or a Leatherman Signal. I think this could actually be a great complement to another tool. As a standalone tool, it leaves me a little underwhelmed. I think it needs a pocket clip. The knife blade and saw aren't that big, and some of the features on it, like the tent stake puller, feel a little bit gimmicky to me versus being a game changer. So there you have it. That's my quick and dirty review of the Gerber Stake-Out MultiTool. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button below. It helps the channel a lot. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell icon so you're the first to be notified when I release new videos just like this one. Cheers!